this became my second home.
Yeah.
I mean, for the longest time, I was in here every night.
We painted every day. It was a fire. It's still.
This became everything. I mean, literally, we painted every day, kind of putting pieces together, and it just kind of became about the art. The art kind of mended us. Put a lot of.
That was the actual first painting I ever made when I was 6 years old. I saw my father painting, and I said, "Can I try?" And he said, "Okay."
We were doing show after show, just kind of pushing, trying to get the art out there. I was fortunate enough to have a show in East Hampton and one in my own hometown, and it got written up in the Newsday, the New York Times, several other art magazines from the beginning of the summer to the end.
Right now we have Hurricane Sandy. This is one of the 4 trees on our property that is down. Can't show you the rest because it is nighttime. As you can tell, it has taken the power down.
I said, let me sit here and see what happens.
And over 100-mile-per-hour winds within the next hour.
I've never felt a wind like this in my life. Within a couple of minutes, you could feel the house start to shake like that. Now,
God bless our safety.
I said, as you're walking out, it's the eeriest thing because you never felt your house rock like a boat, and that's what it was doing. After you get outside, you realize, wait, we're walking through the bay here. It's the end of October. The water's 55 degrees. It's just, well, you can see the current and driftwood or whatever it's breaking up from other houses and stuff. You can just see it going by and stuff. And then I wasn't smoking for about 2 months at that time. I quit smoking. We make it to the car, and I'm soaked, and I don't want to get in my car because I'm going to get my car seat soaking wet, and I need this because obviously I don't have a house. So I just say screw it, butt naked in the middle of the street, get changed up. I sit in the car, him and my sister were in the back seat, and I said, "Eddie, give me a cigarette."
At what point did you kind of begin to pick up the pieces? Can you just kind of talk us through like the cleanup process? What you were able to salvage?
There's not much of a cleanup process because there's not much that's good.
For myself, I mean, this was a huge hit. Everything kind of, like I said, I eventually linked up through my own personal life, through the mending, through the healing, and just through the great journey that we were both on, abruptly halted. And that.
We're here 2 years later. What made you want to revisit such a difficult subject?
It's fucking hard, man. Like, seriously. Substance. I didn't have to find this. This was right there. It was like so obvious. I don't have to put a spin on this. I don't have to sell it. I'll tell you my story.
I mean, still to this day, I don't know if you can hear that, but that's still water from Hurricane Sandy.
Yeah.
It was almost like habitually, here we are. All right, well, here's your desk. All right, it goes over here, and here's my desk. It goes over there. Setting it up how it was, and a lot of my paints I would leave on the ground right here. A lot of them were empty. I'm just kind of just taking a step back, looking at it, and I'm watching him, and I'm like, wow, it's just, if you really don't see the peripheral of the gallery, it just looks like the backyard. Him inside the studio with the doors open, the lights are on, and he's just messing around.
You just unfollow. This piece was actually in the storm, and it was one of the ones that got beat up. I actually cleaned it up a little bit, and I was going to go and refurbish it. But that was a little mold growing onto it. But I figured, just leave it. Sandy, where, you know, family and stuff like that.
Something I really wanted to show you is right here at the bottom of the door, right before we actually put up the exhibition, I wrote this: "We will never have this time again, so cherish yours, mine's on display."
It helps show what's really important, you know?
Just keep yourself moving in a positive way. You know, everything's a blessing in disguise. At the time, it might be the worst thing that ever happened to you, and to somebody else, it could just shake it right off. Just basically, don't take things for granted. You know, when you're in the moment and things are going on, and you know you're living your life, everything's good, everything's great. And then all of a sudden, it changes, just like everything in life. A lot of change occurs.